Yes. Hello, students. Welcome you all in the class of mathematics. And today I will explain the chapter Properties of Triangles for class 7th mathematics. And here it is second video for this week where I will discuss properties of triangles. Okay? And we will see various types of triangles, their classification based on sides and angles. So let's start, students. You can see the triangles are having different shapes. These triangles you can see they all have the different shapes based on their side measurement only, but the thing is that you see that all the triangles here they have three sides. So the triangles are formed of three sides and three vertices. Here you can see side 1, side 2 and this side 3. So three sides are there in all the given shapes. It is a polygon. Polygon means closed figure bounded by three sides. That we can say. Okay. So here we can see triangle. We can define here that a triangle is a polygon with three edges and three vertices. So it has three edges and three vertices. Okay, that means three sides. Edges means sides. So in this diagram here you can see this is side 1, AC is this is AB is side 2 and this BC is side 3. So it has three sides and these A, B and C, these are three vertices here. Okay. Here also you can see in this diagram all these three sides I have shown, and at the corner you can see at the corner these are vertex. Okay, these are vertex at the corner. Okay, now example, in this triangle you see this is a triangle whose vertices are A, B and C. Okay, sides are this, you can see the first side is AB, second BC and the third is AC. So these are the sides. Okay, next we can say the above triangle ABC has three sides, namely AB, BC and CA. So these are the sides and three angles, angle A at the vertex A, angle A at the vertex B, angle B, and at vertex C, angle C. So three angles are there. Okay, and these are called the parts of the triangle. These three sides and three angles, these three sides, you can see these three sides and three angles of a triangle are called six parts or six elements of a triangle. Is it clear? Now, so the parts you have understood, the three sides and the three angles you can say are the six parts of a triangle. At each vertex there is one angle. Now we can see these various types of triangles. Okay, so first we are doing classification on the basis of sides here. So first we can say that equilateral triangle. Second is isosceles triangle. Third classification is scalene triangle. Okay, so these are the triangle: equilateral, isosceles and scalene triangle. So one by one we will see all these with their properties. See the equilateral triangle here. We can define that a triangle having all the sides equal are called equilateral triangle. If a triangle having all the sides are equal, then we will say, that means all the three sides are equal, then we can say that the given triangle is an equilateral triangle. Okay, for example, in this diagram you see all the sides I have shown with these two lines. Here you can see with these two lines, this is showing that on each side there is the indication that two lines, small lines are drawn, that is indicating that these three sides are equal. Okay, and one of the interesting point here about the equilateral triangle is that all the angles are equal to 60 degree. That means each and every angle of an equilateral triangle measures 60 degree. That I have mentioned here. You can see each angle of an equilateral triangle is their measurement is 60 degree. Okay students, and all the sides are equal. If one side is 10 centimeter, then the other sides is also 10 centimeter. Next we have isosceles triangle. So let's have a look here. A triangle having two sides equal is called an isosceles triangle. A triangle where two sides are equal are called an isosceles triangle. Okay. For example, this figure you can see these two sides I have mentioned equal. This one single line is drawn here. You can see that blue lines. So that is showing that it is equal. AC and BC are the equal sides, and the AB is the third side, which is not equal to the given, which is not equal to the other two sides. So here AC and BC are the two equal sides that I have shown, and the third equal sides are called the here we can say legs also, and the third side is called the base. Here in this figure you can see here also these two sides are equal. This side and this side are equal, and the interesting point here is that the angles opposite to the equal sides, angles opposite to the equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. I mentioned here the angles, you can see that this I have mentioned here. Angles opposite to the equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. Here you can see this angle is 65 degree and this angle is I have to take the color. So you can see that this angle and this angle are 65 degree and 65 degree. So this is showing that because these two sides are equal, these two sides are equal here, so angles opposite to them are also equal. That means opposite to this angle, and opposite to this angle are equal. Okay. Now next we have this diagram to explain this isosceles triangle. You see the angles between the two equal sides. The two equal sides are called the legs. These two equal sides are called the legs of the isosceles triangle, and the third side is called the base. The third side is known as base. So the angle between the two equal sides, that is called the vertex angle. That is called the vertex angle. And the point which are formed by the intersection of the two equal legs, that means by the intersection of two equal sides means the leg. So this point is called the vertex point. Okay, and the angle located there at the vertex point, that is called the vertex angle. And one of the interesting point here is that the base angles are congruent, that means equal. Here you can see, if I am showing this, these two base angles are equal. You can see that these two base angles are congruent. Congruent means they are equal. So other than the vertex angle, the remaining two angles are called the base angles, and they are equal. These are base angle. These two are base angle. Okay, and the third angle is here vertex angle. Okay, so other than the vertex angle, remaining two angles which are located on the base, at the downside base, they are situated there only at the base. So angles which is lying on the base at the two end points of the base, that is called the base angles. I hope it is clear, students. Okay, now here you see the vertex point. The third point is, you see here in this diagram, the third point, that is vertex point here. Sorry, this point is the vertex point, and the angle there situated, that angle is called vertex angle. And the other two angles which are at the end points of the base, that is here these two angles, are called the base angles. These two angles are base. In here I have shown this angle and this angle, which is in red color, and upside, that is in this color, is vertex angle, okay, which is, and the point between the two legs, point formed by the intersection of two legs, that is called vertex point, okay. Next you will see now scalene triangle. So scalene triangle, it has all the sides different length, okay. A scalene triangle having a triangle having all the sides of different length are called the scalene triangle, you can say this way, okay. In this diagram you can see this QR is 5 centimeter and this QP is 2 centimeter and this PR is 3 centimeter. So all the sides are of different measurement. So this is a scalene triangle, okay. Now in this diagram you can see, this is also the example. This, in this diagram, this AB is 15 centimeter, 15 unit we can take, centimeter not taken, then unit you can consider that the unit is unit only if unit is not given then. So BC is 21 unit and AC is 22 unit. So the side measurement of all the edges, you can say, or the all the sides measurement is different. So that is called scalene triangle. And here also one interesting point is that scalene triangle measures, in an scalene triangle measure of each angle is different. As the sides measurement is different, similarly the angle measurement of the scalene triangle is also different. Here in this diagram only you can see this angle is 65 degree, this angle is 74 degree and this angle is 41 degree. So each and every angle, all the three angles measurement is different in an scalene triangle. Their side measurement, all the three sides are of different length and all the angles are of different measures, okay. Now that means angle measurement is also different in the scalene triangle. Now classification of triangle on the basis of angles. First we can say acute triangle, second is right triangle, third obtuse triangle. This is based on the angle measurement. So we can say that first acute triangle, one by one we will see all these type of triangles, that is acute, right and obtuse triangle. So acute triangle, a triangle in which all the angles are less than 90 degree. That means here all the angles are less than 90 degree, then you will say that the given triangle is an acute triangle, okay. Here in this diagram you see the angles, you see the angle A is 56, angle C is 50 and angle B is 74. So all the angles are less than 90 degree and less than 90 degree angles are called acute angle. So we can define in this way also that if all the angles are acute angle in a triangle, all the three angles are acute angles, then the given triangle is called the acute triangle, okay. In this diagram also you can see the first angle C is 62 degree, angle A is 75 degree, angle B 43 degree. So all the angles are less than 90 degree, therefore this triangle is also an acute triangle. Next, right triangle. This is very interesting. A triangle, one of whose angles measures 90 degree, okay. One of his angles, only one angle is 90 degree here, okay. More than one angle 90 degree is not possible also, because sum of all the three angles is 180 degree. So only one angle is 90 degree. In this diagram you can see angle B is 90 degree, angle B is 90 degree and the other two angles, it is an isosceles right triangle. Therefore the other two sides are equal. BC and AB are equal, and if the two sides are equal, then their opposite angles are also equal only by the property which we have seen previous, that other two angles are 45 degree and 45 degree. So 45 plus 45 90 and the third angle is also 90. So sum is 180. Next you can see this triangle. Here also angle B is 90 degree. Angle B is 90 degree and the other two angles are 60 and 30. So overall measurement is total, all the measurement of all the angles is 180 and only one angle is 90 degree. And the side which is located opposite to the 90 degree, that is called the hypotenuse. And the sides which are making the 90 degree angle, they are called the base and height. You can see these two sides are making the 90-degree angle. This base, and so the sides making the 90-degree angle, that are called base and height. And the side opposite to the 90-degree is called the hypotenuse. And hypotenuse is the longest side which is located at the front of 90-degree angle. You can see in this diagram it is in front, just in opposite of 90-degree angle. Okay. So this is all about that. Here the sides which are making the 90-degree, if one side you are saying the base, then the other will be height. There is no any necessary rule that the downside side will be base only. If you will say that this is base, okay, then this side, the other side which is making 90-degree, that is called the height. Okay, and the third side, that is longest side, is the hypotenuse. Next, the obtuse triangle. This is also very interesting, students. Obtuse triangle, a triangle having one of its angles more than 90-degree. A triangle whose one angle is only more than 90-degree is called obtuse triangle. So in other words, you can say this also, that if any one angle is obtuse angle means the angle measurement is more than 90 but less than 180. So if any one angle is more than 90-degree, that means the given triangle is an obtuse triangle. Okay. So here you can see in this triangle, angle F is 120-degree, which is more than 90-degree. So if any one angle is more than 90-degree, then the other two angles, surely that they will be acute angle only, because they cannot be more than 90, because the total three angles sum is 180. That's why. So only one angle is more than 90-degree, that is called the obtuse triangle. Here in this diagram also, this angle is 122-degree. 122-degree is more than 90. So this triangle is also called the obtuse triangle. And the other two angles measurement is 29 and 29. Okay. Now in next class we will try to understand the theorem angle sum property of a triangle. That means sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180-degree. Now here your homework will be that learn all these various types of triangles with their properties, what I have explained, and exercise 15A, question number 1 and 2 you will solve. Okay, from R.S. Agarwal, properties of triangles. So thank you all of you.